There is a day in a student's life that no grade during the semester can replace. It is the day when a thesis stops being a document on a screen and becomes something the student must defend. Behind that day are months of work. Drafts, revisions, advisor meetings, late-night slides, notes, and a file finally marked final. But on defense day, a final draft is no longer enough. To defend a thesis is not simply to describe what you wrote. To defend a thesis is to show that you understand your question, your method, your evidence, your conclusions, and the limits of your own work. The committee is not required to follow your preferred outline. They are not required to ask only what appears on your slides. They may stop exactly where your argument is weakest. A thesis is not just pages, chapters, tables, references, and appendices. It is a line of reasoning that must hold up under questioning. Sometimes one question reveals more than 50 polished pages. In the defense room, there is no pause button. You cannot go home, rewrite the argument, and come back tomorrow. The answer is needed now, in that room, in front of that committee. One question about relevance can show whether the topic was truly understood. One question about methodology can show whether the method was chosen with purpose. One question about the conclusion can expose whether the logic is strong enough. That is why we prepare for a thesis defense, not because it is easy, but because it is difficult. And that difficulty is exactly what makes the defense meaningful. A strong defense begins earlier. It begins when a student stops hoping the hard questions will not come and starts answering them out loud. Not perfectly at first, not smoothly, but honestly. Over time, the answer gains structure. That is what thesis audit is for. Not to write the thesis for the student. Not to replace an advisor, but to help the student see the work through the questions that may be asked later. Thesis audit helps reveal where the relevance is not yet convincing, where the research question is too broad, where a conclusion needs stronger support, where the committee may stop and ask, why exactly this way? Hope says, maybe they will not ask. Readiness says, if they ask, I can explain. Hope calms you for a few minutes. Readiness holds up under pressure. On defense day, the student is still nervous. Of course, but it is no longer panic. The student knows where the work is strong, where it was weak, and how to respond when the question is uncomfortable. The student hears the question and does not disappear. There is a pause. The answer takes shape. The thought holds, and at some point, the room changes. The committee is not only testing, it is listening. We do not prepare for a thesis defense because it is quick. We do not prepare because it is comfortable. We prepare because the work matters. Because months of effort should not depend on one unprepared answer. One weak answer should not undermine a strong thesis. One unexpected question should not erase months of preparation. If there is a way to meet that question earlier, use it. Defense day will arrive. The committee will gather. The presentation will begin. The questions will come. And in that moment, it is better not to rely on luck. It is better to be ready. Thesis audit is built for students who want to check their thesis before the defense, for students who want to hear the hard question earlier, for students who understand that a strong defense begins before they enter the room. Thesis audit. Check your thesis. Find the weak points. Prepare your answers. And get ready for the questions before they are asked.